Welcome back to the My Manager Career here with Shulker. Welcome to episode 6 of season 2. Here we are, the final 10 hours of the transfer window, and then we've got a full month of February football coming your way. We've got 5 big matches plus the DFB Pokal match first up, and hopefully we can advance in that one. But before we get into that, let's have a look where we sit at the moment. We sit in 8th position on the table. There's a tie for first place at the moment with Dortmund and Bayern Munich, and then Leipzig is just 1 point behind them. Looking at the squad, we've got a few question marks at the moment, especially in the midfield. Segan at the moment, a 6.93 rating. He's played 19 matches. He hasn't produced any goals or assists, but he has been a part of 4 clean sheets. Metcalf, 17 matches, 1 goal, 2 assists with a 7.17 rating. And then we've got, of course, the other in that one is Burkhardt. He is 16 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 6.76 match rating. No clean sheets when he's been a part of the squad, and that has been a concern for us. Defensively, we've been struggling throughout here season 2. And of course, we've got Schallenberg, a star in the first season. He's been a little bit hit and miss in the second. He's had 15 matches, 1 goal, 4 clean sheets, and of course that red card as well. Looking at the left and right midfield position, we've got Hamachi, 20 matches, 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 clean sheets. He's been hot and cold throughout here season 2. I think he potentially could be a star of the future, but right now he's just been struggling more. 4 assists, 1 goal, 4 clean sheets involvement. But again, it's been hit and miss on that right-hand side. We just haven't had the strike weapons that we're used to with him down the right-hand side. Aiden, 12 matches, 3 clean sheets, no goals. And again, he has moved up into the midfield position this season, and he's really trying to find his feet. Is he a left midfielder or a right midfielder? But the reason why we're talking about the midfield is I believe that's where we've been struggling. Of course, we've been playing with the 2 centre midfielders, and I believe that we might need to go 2 centre defensive midfielders to support those centre back when it's a bit of a counter attack. Of course, that does change up the formation up front, where we've been rolling with the 2 cams, where now we'll have the 2 strikers and the 1 cam option. We'll still have the left and right midfielder, but I think that is probably the best option for us. Get the support for the back 3 when we need it on the counter attack, but we also got the artillery to potentially put some points on the board when we do move on our own counter attack. Of course, we need to have a look at boosting the squad when it comes to centre defensive mid. Yuri has found this absolute possible gem in the free agency. He's gave us the guidelines. Let's see if we can get him over the line here. And of course, we're going to go with $8,000 on this one with a 150k signing bonus. It'd be fantastic if we can secure this one. Gay here looking promising on the stat line. And of course, only 19 years of age. We've been able to pick him up under $10,000, which I think is an absolute steal. And it fits within the criteria that Yuri had put in place for us to go for him. So here's the first signing here of this episode. He will wear the number 20, and we will partner him with the veteran Segan to start his career here with Schalke. Ultimately, that's the first combinations that we're going to go with in February, but it's really up to Segan to really cement his position within the squad. His contract's running out. Would love to re-sign him, but he really needs to take another step so far here in season 2. Of course, we'll set up the development here. We'll potentially work on, obviously, his defense is quite solid with 67 at the moment. His passing's pretty good as well at 63. His dribbling's at 60 at the moment. But I think ultimately we'll work on his passing. Being 67 is pretty good for a centre defensive mid. And of course, we can work on his defensive structure later on in his career. Looking at another signing here in the free agency, Yuri's come up with this one. It is Attic. He is a left mid and right midfielder, can play left midfield as well, 31 years of age. His stat line is pretty solid. And of course, he's a free agency, so we don't have to worry about that transfer fee. So we'll look to potentially get him over the line here. The guideline is that we can't go over $15,000. So we're going to go with $14,000 with 150k signing bonus and hopefully get him over the line here. Of course, veteran experience in the midfield is going to be key for us. And that is an absolute bargain. The recommended price was $24k. We're able to get him in on $14k. And I think this could be a great signing to support the left and right midfield position. Of course, we've struggled with more Hamachi and Aiden at the moment. This could potentially be that key passer that we need on the edge attack. And then that way we can kind of open it up for the strikers down the middle. So great move, that one. He signs a 3-year deal for us, and of course it's a free transfer, so we welcome him to the squad. Now, looking at a centre back here, we've got Colin Clean Beckel. He is 23 years of age. He's an absolute monster, 6'3". His defence is solid with his 71 overall. And I think he'll be a great addition, obviously, with Sanchez currently out with injury. We've got Ita, we've got Voshkovic, and then we've got Bell as well. But ultimately, I think Colin Clean Beckel could be the answer in that centre-back position. He could be that pillar in the midfield that Sanchez obviously was doing for us at the start of the season. And he's a big unit, and I think this could be a great signing, especially a free agency signing as well. Once again, avoiding the transfer fee, and all we're looking at is a weekly wage to cover there. So I think this is a great signing for us. He's got great value if we do need to move him on. But of course, we signed him for a 5-year deal as well because he's a young kid, plenty of upside, and hopefully he can be successful in that centre-back position for us. Last but not least, we've got another recommendation here by Yuri. He's put on there that he wants us to sign this guy, Shinta Appelkamp. He is currently valued at 6.5 million. We've tried the loan option that he recommended, but of course we do need to see if we can sign him now on a transfer fee. Value 6.5, obviously Yuri wants us to be nowhere over 6 million, so we'll go with the 5 million first, see if we can get that over the line, and see if they're happy for that one. They come back with 6 million. Of course, we do not want to be maxing out our transfer funds on one player, especially this late in the season. So we'll go for 5.25 and see if we can get that over the line. Of course, 20% of this will be covered by other funds within the club, being that he is German born, and we have been able to secure that transfer deal. Now it's just up to the contract. Of course, we can't go over 20k, and they want 20k to start with. It's a 5-year contract as well. Current wage is only 8,600. We'll go with 17,500 here. I think anything more than that, really, I don't want to be spending. We'll put the 250k signing bonus, so $250,000, and see if we can get it over the line there. I think he'll be a great addition, which it does get him over the line. He adds to that left-right midfield position, plus a bit of a backup in that cam position as well for us. Obviously, we've got Karaman and Napan at the moment. But these guys that we've signed here in this transfer window are great passers, and it's exactly what we need to be able to deliver that ball up to a Ranakuna up front and get some clean ball up to him to get ourselves a couple of wins on the board. We struggled last month of football with wins and obviously conceded some heavy defeats. Hopefully we can turn that momentum around with these new recruits coming into the squad. So great deal for us. Signed a big contract, and I think he'll be a great addition to the squad for this season and beyond. This is the lineup that we're looking at, though. We've got Karaman up front with Phillips on the bench, Aranakuna in that striker position, Napan playing the cam position. You got Aiden and Attic playing the left and right mid, but I think potentially we'll switch that out with Shanita playing potentially the left mid, and Attic will go across to the right midfield. Then we've got Gaye and Segan playing that centre defensive mid position. And then in the back line, in the centre back position, we've got Ida, Klein Beckel, and Vashkovic. And then Hickory in between the posts. With the bench, you've got Phillips, Dennis, the new recruit from last month of football, Hamachi, Moore, Metcalf, Aiden, Bell, and Bullet at the moment, with Schallenberg out injured. The left-hand side's more appealing there for Shanita, and Attic obviously is potentially going to be a backup for Dennis. We just need to set up his development to move into that right midfield position. So that's what we'll do here. Give him a couple of weeks to switch over, and then, of course, he will move into the starting lineup with Attic moving to the bench, being that was the reason why we signed him, to be a solid veteran backup for when Dennis does drop a bit in form, being that he is only 17 years of age. Consistency's going to be key for him. But what we've seen with some of the players that young is we get hit and miss matches. So we need a bit of veteran experience to make sure we're covered for those type of moments. Now, we're going to round out the rest of the transfer window, run through the clock here. But before we get into the next part, if you are enjoying this episode, make sure you do hit that like button, as it does help the channel grow and reach new audiences. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to the channel to catch up on all the latest. But this is the free agencies that we signed up here in the January transfer window. Some good signings out of the free agency pool. And of course, we've got a lot of players out on loan as well to develop their skills, getting ready for Season 3. Now, before we get into any matches, of course, we've got the scouts to send out for the next 3 months. First up, we've got Netherlands looking for a right and left midfielder. Then we've got Ghana looking for a centre defensive mid option. And of course, last but not least, we've got Germany looking for a centre back option. All for 3 months, ran out on the 3rd of May. Now let's jump into the first match of the episode. We've got the quarterfinal here in the DFB Pokal. Barca have had 3 draws in their last 5 matches, so they're in a bit of a slump at the moment, quite not getting over the hurdle to get those vital 3 points. Hopefully that continues in this match and we can pick up a great victory here and advance our campaign in the DFB Pokal. Of course, in Season 1 we did get knocked out of the quarterfinal. Hopefully we can advance to the semi-final and beyond in this one. That is the aim here in Season 2. Looking for a big match from this squad here. We've got Pashkovic, Klimbekel, Ida, and then we've got Segan, Gaye in that centre defensive mid. We've got Pelkamp and Adik, and of course we've got Nathan, Raman and Aranakuna up front. Barca is going with that 4-2-3-1 formation themselves. Always a tough opponent when we first them throughout this series. Kickoff underway. Ranakuna with the ball, pushing it out to the left-hand side. Gahe with the first touch here in Schalke colours. Pushing across here to Segan. Lost control of the ball, back to Napan. Down to Karaman, the captain. Pushes centre field there, but unfortunately cut off there by the defender. Nice defensive there by Segan. Out here to Adik. Cross into the box. Ranakuna trying to volley it in, but just not enough power on that one. 12 minutes in here now. Adik with the ball down the right-hand side. Great ball through Napan. Great pass down to Ranakuna. He beats the defender. That's how you want to start the match 14 minutes in. Great delivery there by Napan. Putting the ball in front of Ranakuna to be able to just run into it past the defenders. And just finishes it in style. Look at that pass. In front, trusts the pace of Ranakuna and just slices past the keeper. We're up by 21 minutes in here. Ranakuna pushing centre field, tries to get the pass across, does get the ball back here. And Adik on the right hand side, back to Karaman. Nice ball control here by the captain. Back out to Adik, into the box there, but unfortunately keeper an easy save for that one. Then Beckel, this is on the first attempt on that. On the second, Segan's needing a slow cross here. It's big on that. We've got to be better here defensively. That's an easy save there for Higuain. Gaye with the ball down centre field. Napan around the defender. Back to Ranakuna. Steps on the outside. People with the save there. Again, Napan with a quick reaction. And once again, the keeper gets a hand to it, which means we're going to go into the halftime break here. 1-0. We've got that advantage going here into the second half. Our defence has been solid through moments there, so hopefully we can continue that here in the second half. Segan trying to push down there. Clean back will need slow cross. Misses on that attempt. Higuain with the save. 51 minutes in. Clean Beckel with the pass out here to Napan. So on the play down here. Gets it out to Schmita. Got a Ranakuna with him. Ball back here to Napan, back to Shanita. Pushes centre field there, but blocked there by the defender. It's a poor pass there by Clean Beckel. Sorry, Ida, that pass was. Centre field here. No one back to support the keeper. Oh, and the pressure there by Higuain potentially put the shot off there. We're lucky on that one. We're going to do a switch out here with Phillips, Moore, Aiden and Metcalf all coming on. Here with a shot there, blocked off the defender's head. Back here to the captain, Karaman. Pushes it into the right-hand side, gives it back to Aiden. We'll chip over the top here to Moore. Phillips taps it down here to Segan. Back out to Karaman. Centre field here, round the defender, shot. And he pushes it left here, 72 minutes in. A real chance, potentially pushing to a 2-goal gap. 78 minutes in here, Metcalf. Long ball out to Moore, who's on the left-hand side. Chipped over the top to Phillips. Unfortunately, defence slides across. Clean Beckel, the big man, gets ahead to that one. Down here to Aiden, pushing centre field here. Oh, great run there by Aiden. Great goal there by Aiden. That's his first of the season. 83 minutes in and potentially secure the victory here. Fantastic goal. Pushing centre field. Just slices it past the keeper. Final moments here, 88 minutes in. Out to Aiden. Pushing. He's got Aranakuna on the inside. It's a nice shot attempt there, but keeper with the save. And Aiden unable to follow up with a shot outside the post. And there we have it, the final whistle. We do advance to the semi-final. One step closer to the final and potentially picking up that trophy. It just depends on who will be versing in that semi-final. It won't be easy, that's for sure. It was a 53-47 split on possession. Of course, our man of the match was Aranakuna with a 9.7. Segan with a 9. Clean Beckel in his debut with an 8.6. Solid performance in that back three. And again, another clean sheet, which is fantastic. We move into the Bundesliga competition. And of course, we're heading back to Borussia. And now it is going to be a home match for them. The conditions aren't favourable here at the moment for attacking football. So we need to be playing smart football, that's for sure. A solid performance there in that last match, especially with the defence. Two centre defensive mids played well together. Gay and Segan forming a nice little combination. And then the back three with Clean Beckel coming in. It looked like they have been playing all season long, keeping a clean sheet in that knockout stage of the DFB Pokal. We're going with the same lineup. Clean Beckel, Ita, Vashkovic, and then we've got Gay, Segan. We've got Shanita on the left-hand side, Adik on the right, Napan, Aranakuna, and Brahman up front. Hopefully we get the same result as we did in the last match against these guys. Of course, it's vital 3 points for us in this one, being that we are sliding down the ladder at the moment in the Bundesliga competition. It's with the ball here. Great cut off of that pass. Napan out to Segan. Pushes it right-hand side. Adik with it at the moment. A little chip over the top to Karaman. Unfortunately, just couldn't get up tall enough on that one. And it's cut off there by the defence of Borussia. Corner opportunity here, 13 minutes in. Segan looking to deliver it. Napan underneath. Can't control that shot attempt. Clean Beckel pushes down on that one. A little bit too aggressive there, but nice sliding defence there by Vashkovic. The pass a little bit wayward there by Gay. Vashkovic misses on that attempt. Pushing centre field there. Ikarin with a great save. Got to stop pushing up so aggressively when it's one-on-one. We just open ourselves up, especially midfield. Napan with it at the moment. Shanita pushing centre field. He's got Graham, finds him there, slides over the defender. Great shot there by the captain. He clears the sliding defender, able to plant his foot and take the shot all in one motion. A great veteran play there. Pass through, gets the ball around the defender, jumps over the top, plants his foot, and scores a critical first goal here in this matchup in these wet conditions. Hits it with a nice defensive play on there. Clean Beckel trying to get the ball out there, but he's cut down there by the defender. Potential card here, 39 minutes in. And it will only be yellow on that one, but it was definitely an aggressive play there by Plea. Just takes out the ankle on that one, and we will go into the halftime break here with that 1 point advantage. Again, defense is going to be key here in the second half. It's tough conditions for attacking football. Shanita with it at the moment. Gets the ball back to Aranakuna, centre field here. Napan shot opportunity, blocked there by the keeper. Real chance there. It's cleared out, 48 minutes in. To the box here. Napan taps it down. Segan out to Adik. Got a Aranakuna on the outside here. Does he have the pace? Steps back on the inside here. Karaman running a beautiful line here. Does he have the legs? Beats the defenders. Shot chance. He Pushes it wide left there, 56 minutes in. A real chance to get that 2-point advantage. Great ball movement down the right-hand side. Ita trying to come up defensively here, 60 minutes in. This is on the first attempt, tries to push back here, passing the box. Hickering comes out to try and cut it off. And the defence doesn't slide up. The pass goes back. Goal wide open. Probably wasn't the right choice there by Hickering to push out there. Trying to put some pressure on, thinking he was going to take the shot quick, but he decides to drag the keeper out, get a pass. It's all tied up here. Switch out here. Aiden coming on. Phil on the field as well. Moore on the left-hand side. Nice pass back there through to Phillip. Gets on the outside, but just couldn't control the ball there. And it goes easily to the keeper, 65 minutes in. Cleared out here to the right-hand side. Hack with the ball at the moment. Bell needs to slide across. Long ball here. Trying to push up there, Hickering with the save. Defensively, just weren't ready for that long pass. Even in these wet conditions, it travelled. Another attempt there with the header off the corner. But Hickering with the save. And do a switch out here. Schellenberg coming on for Gay in that centre defensive mid position. With the ball at the moment. Long ball down here to Karaman. He's got Phillip. Great pass through him. Gets on the outside. Tries to turn it back. It's saved there once again by the keeper. A lot of moments here. Cross. Bell underneath. Taps it down. Schellenberg. Oh, that was a poor play there by Schellenberg. Doesn't control it, but Clean Beckel with a nice defensive play there to block that shot attempt. We do get the draw. We do at least get 1 point here. But disappointing that we weren't able to walk away with 3 points. Poor decision potentially from Hickering coming out to try and block that shot attempt. Karaman was our best player with an 8.8. But again, a tough Bundesliga matchup there. Now, before we get into the third match of this episode with Hamachi, we're going to look to potentially switch him to a striker position, being that his passing is not quite what we need in that left and right midfield position, but potentially he has that opportunity to be up front. We got St. Pauli up next, 18th position, lost 5 of the last 5 matches. So we should walk away with a victory here. It would be disappointing if we don't. It is an away match for us, of course. From our past history, we definitely do perform well in away matches, so hopefully we pick up a victory here today. They're going with the 3-4-3. We'll of course be going with that 3-5-2 formation, but the main thing is try to get the ball on the outside and then push aggressively down that midfield to put pressure on those back three. We're going with the Ida, Clean Beckel, Vashkovic, and then we've got Gayi, Segan, Shinta, Attic on the left and right mid. Then we've got Napan, Aranakuna and Karaman up front. Snowing conditions, so it's going to be a little bit challenging when it comes to attacking play here. But defensively, hopefully we can put in a good performance. A clean sheet would be fantastic here to build a bit of confidence, but that's a poor miss there by Clean Beckel. Gayi gets the ball here, pushes it down to Napan. Gets a ball down here to Karaman. He's got a bit of space here. Shot chance. Saved there by the keeper. Could have been a good 1 point advantage 5 minutes in there. Pushing down the middle of the field. Segan looking to put it inside the box. He's got the big man, Clean Beckel, in there. He goes short instead. Attic gets the ball back here to Segan. Shot chance. Saved once again there by the keeper. Segan looking for his first. Into the box this time. Napan taps it down. Segan once again into the box. Ranakuna misses on that scissor kick. Clean Beckel underneath. Nice play there. Attic with it at the moment, pushing down the right-hand side. Nice ball back on the inside to Segan. He's got a bit of space here, Segan. Tried to get on the outside though. Defence did slide across. And Karaman goes for the bicycle kick on that cross attempt there. And once again, missed opportunity. It's still all tied up, 0-0. 17 minutes in here. Attic, nice step back on the inside. Beats defenders, gets inside the box, shot chance. Saved once again. Hit it with the ball. Down centre field, Napan controls it, gets it out to Karaman. Defence on the back of him at the moment. Shot chance, blocked by the defender. 25 minutes in here. We've had some great attempts. Just haven't been able to execute those final shots. Blocked. Tapped down here by Ida. Karaman tries to pick up the scraps, can't do so. Ida pushes across, nice defensive play. Gets the ball back to Attic. Shot chance, saved by the keeper. Ranakuna, shot chance, saved again. And it's cleared out here by St. Pauli. 38 minutes in here now. Clean Becker with a nice defensive play. Doesn't clear it well though. Ball into the box. Nice block there by Vashkovic. Cleared out here to go here. Down to Napan. He's got Karaman with him. Ranakuna running a beautiful line. He's got a bit of space here. Shot chance. And then we deliver on that one. 44 minutes in. We will go into the halftime break with that 1 point advantage. Great ball movement straight down the middle of the field. Karaman drags the play to the left. Ranakuna goes to the right. And a nice pass back. And we do go into this halftime break up by 1. Defensively, we've been strong. We just need to continue that here in the second half. Slide defence here by Segan. Step back on the inside. Vashkovic needs to slide across. Cut off there by Clean Beckel. Napan trying to push down, trying to stay aggressive. Clean Beckel trying to cover 2 people on that one. Vashkovic trying to stand in the gap there. Does a nice block. We should clear it out here. 56 minutes in. Down here to Attic. Long ball through to Karaman. Out to Napan once again. Back in. Karaman. He's got a bit of space here. Steps back on the inside. Great play there by the captain. But he pushes it left wide once again. A real chance. We're going to do a switch out here with Dennis getting his opportunity to play some first grade football. Schallenberg coming on as well. Then we've got Aiden and Philip also coming on. Karaman going off and Napan remaining in that cam position. Tap down here by Napan. Poor pass there by him. It's cleared out here by St. Pauli. To the right hand side. Vashkovic pushing down. Clean Beckel. Nice cut off of the passing lane. Trying to push up there. Couldn't recover on the second attempt on that one. Hickering gets a foot to it. 72 minutes in here now. Philip back to Dennis. He finds Napan here. Trying to dance around the defender there. Wasn't the best play there by Napan. Clean Beckel trying to slide across. Vashkovic trying to do the same. Long ball here. Ida needs to slide across here. Hickering with the save. That was a real chance there for St. Pauli. Just some poor defensive play by Vashkovic and Clean Beckel. Philip here with a great pass through here to Dennis. First chance. Blocked there by the keeper. 82 minutes in here. Still only up by 1. Ranakuna through Napan. Tries to get a pass through. Nice defensive play. Recovers. Gets it back to Philip. Back to Napan. Nice ball control, great footwork, shot chance, and there you have it. Napan's first goal in Schalke colours. He's distributed some great assists so far in his career here at Schalke. But that's his first goal, and it cements that victory for us here today. The away fans are happy. We had another loss to St. Pauli's running streak at the moment. Great footwork there by Napan. To be able to dance around the defender. It's his first goal in 14 matches here in the Bundesliga. Vashkovic clears it out here, and that will be it. We pick up vital 3 points And once again, another good clean sheet here with the new formation with 2 centre defensive mids and then the 3 back. It seems to be working for us at the moment. It was a 44-56 split on possession. And Napan was our man of the match with a 10 out of 10 performance. Ranakuna, a 9.6. You can't complain with that. Next up, we've got Union Berlin in 6th place at the moment. They've won 4 of their last 5 matches. And of course, we've had some big challenge with them across this series so far. Them getting that draw in the final moments in the last matchup with a cross into the box. Hopefully, we don't have another moment like that here today. It is at home in front of the fans. So it'll be vital to get a victory here and pick up these 3 points and put on a good performance. Our matchup and our lineup will be 3-5-2, Ida, Kleinbeckel, and then Vajkovic. And then we've got Gayi, Segan, we've got Pelkem and Adik, Napan, Ranakuna, and Karaman to start in the striking position up front. The captain, of course, Union Berlin going with the 3-4-2-1 formation. And Holobach was the man that absolutely devastated us in the last matchup. Hopefully, in this one, we can contain them and put on a good performance here in front of the fans. Kickoff underway. Ball back here to Napan. Back to Ranakuna, pushing down centre field. Long ball out here to Adik. Ball back on the inside of Ranakuna. Shot opportunity. Blocked there by the keeper. Napan does control the loose ball. We might get a second opportunity here. Back to Gayi. Down to Napan. Step back to Segan. Back to Gayi. Back out to Napan. Great pass through here to Adik. Steps back on the inside. Cross into the box here. But the ball camp, unfortunately, just wasn't on the spot for him. Ida sliding across. Needs to be better position on that play, but he does recover. Gayi cuts off the pass. Long ball out here to Polkem. Back into Napan. Down to Karaman. Steps on the outside of the defender. Great play there by the captain. Lots of play, 16 minutes in. The footwork by the captain, centre field. Dances around the lunging defender. He scores the first here in this big matchup with 6th place Union Berlin. Into the box. Just him and the keeper. And I'm going to take my captain every time in that play. Segan, poor play there, trying to get the pass across. Sliding across, trying to put some pressure on. He just doesn't have the legs. Ika looking to recover here. Cross into the box. Vajkovic cuts it off. Ita, second chance here for Union Berlin. Nice play there by Segan defensively. Gayi pushing up here. Great defensive play there by the new recruit. And with 34 minutes in here at the moment, got that 1 point advantage. Hickerin gets the ball back here. We beat the press and defence. Kleinbeckel, not the best pass there, but Napan gets the ball back from Gayi. Karaman pushing down here. Great pass through to Adik. Pushing in. Shot there, but unfortunately keeper once again strong with the hands. Pelkem trying to get the pass through to Napan, but unfortunately defence once again sticks a foot in there in the final moments. Segan down to Gayi. Out here to Napan. Tries to get a pass through there, but it's going to be a free kick here. Ranakuna running a great line here for a quick play. Pass back on the inside. That's how you want to finish it before the halftime break. Quick play there by Napan down to Ranakuna. Karaman, the captain, gets himself centre field for the little tap in. Defence trying to push back here. Karaman just makes sure he hooks it into the right-hand side so the keeper couldn't get a hand to it. Great play there by the front three. And we go into this halftime break with the 2 point advantage here against Union Berlin. Great defence in the first half. Let's continue that here in the second. Throw in here to Gayi. Pushes it down. Pelkem trying to go down the left-hand side. Unable to get past the defensive line. Ida sliding across. Couldn't get a foot in there. Chip into the box here. Comes off Pickerin's hands. A quick goal to start the second half. Not how we wanted to start it. Cross into the box. Little chip over the top here. Peshkovic couldn't get up. Pickering gets a hand to it, but it hits the post and bounces in. Karaman starts it off here. Aranakuna back into Karaman. Then slides across there, and he's down by injury. This has gone from bad to worse here. Our captain could be out. He's not getting up. Gaye slides across there, but we'll need to keep an eye on Karaman at the moment. He's back on his feet, but the ball goes back centre field here. Segan pushing down. Gaye out of position. Potentially pass back into the middle field here. Pickering with the save. We will do a switch out. Karaman's not looking good, so he will go off with Phillip. Aiden coming on. Moore will also come on in the midfield position. Schellenberg will also fill in the gap for Gaye going off onto the bench. Aiden pushing down here, trying to put some pressure on. Ball into the box. Ida sliding across. And a shot into the corner. Holobach broke our hearts in the last matchup. Looks to do the same in the 63rd minute. Defensively, just not matching up. Ida pushing down. The ball roll beats him. Moore just stands there flat-footed. And Holobach, clean ball, centre field. Just taps it into the corner. Ida here, trying to push the ball down. Napan gets the ball to Aranakuna. Tries to get on the outside defender. Does well. Turns it back here to Moore. Again, just a little bit clunky there. Moore offside. 81 minutes in here. Napan down to Phillips. Tries to get a pass through there. Aranakuna! And he's offside. Oh, it would have been half a leg, if anything. And it's half his body on that one. It looked better on first look in full action. There was a real chance missed. Final moments here though. Phillip out to Aiden on the right hand side, trying to push around the defensive line. He loses the ball way too easily on that one. And Union Berlin clear it out, and that will be it. They break our heart once again. It's another draw. And definitely second half to forget. Defensively, just some lapse in judgment. But the big concern coming out of this one is Karaman and the potential injury. 54-46 split on possession. Karaman was our man of the match, but all eyes are on him at the moment. With that injury and him being down for a little bit, it could be serious. And we'll find out now, and it is 2 to 3 months with a hyperextended knee injury. The good news is we do have Phillip who can start in that striker position, but it is a big blow to lose him. This is how the players that have just joined the squad are playing so far in the first 4 matches of their career here with Schalke. Not bad results. Obviously, Attic is one that is going to move to the bench, with Dennis going into the starting lineup, which we will do here in this matchup against Frankfurt. They are in 12th position at the moment, lost to 2 draws and 1 win in their last 5 matches. But this was always the plan, with Attic moving to the bench and Dennis getting that starting opportunity in the first team squad now that he is a confirmed right midfielder in his development plan. Line up for Frankfurt. They're going with a 3-4-2-1. Fantastic squad, and one that we need to be wary of. Of course, our lineup, we're going with that 3-5-2. Glenn Beckel, Ida Pashkovic, Gaye Segan. Of course, as mentioned, Dennis will start on the right. We've got Appel Kemp on the left, Napan, Aranakuna, and then we're going to start Hamachi up in that striker position, being that he's now moved into the development plan for a striker. But I think moving forward, we will be going with Phillip, being that he's going to bring that veteran experience right next to Aranakuna. But we'll give him the opportunity here, Hamachi. It's been a bit hot and cold playing that left midfield position, but he's got a real chance here to showcase what he can do in the striker position, and who knows, he might be the preferred option if he absolutely smashes today's matchup. Glenn Beckel sliding across here, misses on that defensive attempt. The block there by Pashkovic and Gaye. Nice defensive play by the two. It's pushed out there to Segan. Down midfield, Hamachi. Not the best control of the ball. Pashkovic sliding across here, step back on the inside. Segan needing the slide across. Chip over the top. Clean Beckel, unfortunately, couldn't get back quick enough. The header attempt saved by Hickering. But unfortunately, the ricochet goes straight back to him. Over the top there, off the foot. Frankfurt are up by 1 here. Ida sliding across. Great defensive play there by him. Pushing down here to Gay. Napan slows the play down to Segan. Long ball down here to Hamachi. He's got Dennis out wide. He's got a bit of space here. Shot chance off the keeper's hand. And that could have been potentially his first if it just had a little bit more of a curl on that one. Ida sliding across. Misses on that defensive attempt. Saved there by Hickering. Cleared out by Segan 28 minutes in. And down to Dennis. Clean Beckel pushing across, misses on that defensive attempt. Ball to the box. Koskovic sliding across. Trying to get a body in front of that one. He misses on that attempt. But Hickering with a great save, 34 minutes in. Napan pushing down here. Ranakuna. He's got Appelkamp on the outside, trying to get around the defender. Unable to do so, but he does control the ball. Gets a long ball through here. Back to Napan, defence all over him. And once again, defence standing up for Frankfurt going into the halftime break. We are trailing. It's been a big defensive display there by Frankfurt. We've had our moments in defence, but of course, conceding is not what we wanted to do in the first half. We're down by 1. 61 minutes in here. Chip into the box. Tap down. Hamachi out to Gai. Napan. He's got a Ranakuna running the line here. Taken out by the defender. Just a penalty, no card. We will do a switch out here with Philip coming on for Hamachi. Schallenberg also coming on. And Aiden will come on for Dennis here today on the right midfield position. Dennis did play well in this one. It's just fresh legs here in the second half. Koskovic taps it down. Ranakuna out to Appelkamp. Pushes down to Philip. He's got Aiden out wide. Steps back on the inside, back to Philip. Great long ball through to Ranakuna. And that's how you deliver 75 minutes in. Philip making a real impression as soon as coming on the field. A great long ball. It was a clean pass through to his striker partner in Ranakuna. Look at this pass. Puts it just in front of him, between him and the keeper, with the defender behind him. And we're all tied up here, 78 minutes in. Ida misses on that defensive attempt. Schallenberg needs to slide across. Ball centre field here. Ball goes wide on that short attempt after the first one was blocked. 87 minutes in here. Aiden back to Philip. Ranakuna here. Out to Aiden. Steps back on the inside. Tries to cross it into the box there. He does control it. Segan steps back on the inside. Philip dancing around the defender. Shot chance. Keeper with the save. Appelkamp back to Napan. The keeper slides across. A real chance to secure the victory in the final moments. How did he react that quick? Gets a hand to it. And that could be it. We only got the corner left. Corners have not been our specialty so far this season. And that is exactly how it's been for us when it comes to corners. We don't pick up the victory, but we do at least pick up 1 point here. A lot better football than it was in January. Defensively, we're stronger, it looks like, with the new formation. It was a 53-47 split on possession. And Philip was our man of the match with an 8.8. Ranakuna with an 8.4. But looking at the new formation of 2 centre defensive mids and then the 3 back, it seems to be working well for us. We, of course, 3 draws, 2 wins. The DFB Pokal win was vital for us to push to the semi-final. But, of course, we did suffer a draw to the same opponent when it come to a Bundesliga matchup. Looking at where we sit at the moment, we're out of the top 8 with Bayern Munich moving into top spot. We are now in 10th position on 32 points. We need a big month of football when it comes to March football, and hopefully we can deliver that, or we could continue this slide down the ladder, and exactly what we don't want to be doing. Hertha looks to be moving out of that relegation battle. They're currently on 26 points, which is fantastic for them. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you do hit that like button, as it does help the channel grow. And of course, if you're new around here and haven't already, make sure you do subscribe. We're going to run through where the players sit at the moment, stats-wise, throughout this season. Of course, the big blow was Karaman, now out for 2 to 3 months. And of course, we're going to miss that captain experience in the starting lineup. But once again, appreciate all the support. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure you do hit the like button. We've still got a lot to go through here in this series. If you missed any of the episodes so far, at the end of this video will be the playlist for you guys to enjoy. Once again, appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching.